This is my first YouTube video on my very own channel. I've started a channel before. I know what it's like when there is no growth and no one watches except kind friends who want to make you feel better. Thank you, kind friends. But I know I'm going to look back on this video and see growth. Everybody starts somewhere. I hope I look back on this video and I'm just like, oh wow. And I especially wanted to make this video as a reminder to you, kind friends, and whoever else comes across this video, that we do all start somewhere. If you ever want to start anything new ever in your life again, you are going to have to start probably at zero or pretty close. Anyone that you admire for having excellence in any kind of skill, artistic skill, athletic skill, mental skill, the skill of patience, they all started at zero or pretty close. I think that's hard to remember when we're the ones at zero, struggling to just take our first awkward baby steps in whatever we're trying to do. Those really awesome people that we admire, they started with awkward steps too. Let's talk about making those awkward steps a little less awkward over time. And to do that, we're gonna go on a drive to get out of here. It's probably hotter outside, but at least there's airflow. Hopefully not the kind of airflow that disrupts the video. All right, let's go. So as I've been planning out this channel, I've been envisioning sharing some well-being wisdom by the water, which does require me to go to the water, and that might, as I'm just realizing now, require me to film myself in front of other humans. So I'm just emotionally processing that. I'll just try to avoid them. I'm sure over time I'll have to get used to it if I want to do this, which I do. So I just parked, and I would love to know who thought this was a good idea. There are people everywhere. Every spot that I had imagined. So, yeah, we could just do it. Wow, this is gonna be fun. The door is open. I'm making great progress, right? I should have brought a book or something to quickly conceal my true purpose. Whenever you start something new, your biggest assets for improvement are time and consistency. You're going to improve the more you put these skills into practice, and some of that takes time. It reminds me of investing, actually. My husband and I recently discovered this website. It's like, how long will it take to save X? Take a look at that. So if you literally just Google how long will it take to save, the first option that comes up is the calculator site, thecalculatorsite.com. So I click how long will it take to save. Thecalculatorsite.com tells me, let's say you have $1,000 and your savings goals, emergency funds, saving up for something you want to buy is $10,000. Let's say you can deposit $500. You can deposit it monthly, daily, weekly, fortnightly. That's convenient. For the annual interest rate, I use high yield savings accounts. So you can either Google what your savings account rate is, or you can just look it up within your account. This does change, by the way. Right now the savings rate is 4.15%. And what I love is just the visuals that come out of this. So this is going to take you 18 months. It gives you the exact date you're going to reach your goal and how much you'll have saved, how many years that is, how many weeks that is. What I also love is that you can adjust it, right? So you're like, all right, well, I don't want to wait that long. So what if I could put an extra like $250 in? How much would that change it? Oh, now it only takes 12 months to save. So you can kind of like cut it down, see what's reasonable. If you can find some wiggle room and deposit even more each month, you see how long this is going to cut it down even further. So yeah, totally free, thecalculatorsite.com, or just Google how long will it take to save. So currently we use this site to figure out how long it's going to take for us to save up for the van that we are saving for, how long it's going to take for us to save up the amount of money we'd like to have before we buy our first property. And of course there's investment related calculators that you can figure out how long until you have enough money that you could potentially live off of for FIRE, which is financially independent, retire early, or even skinny FIRE, fat FIRE. Google those, or let me know if you want to hear more. The idea is that you can live off of the interest that your investments make. You do have to save up quite a bit for that, but it's not as hard as people would think. I'm excited for that journey. And the idea with these calculators is that you can visually see that over time, if you keep putting money aside for a specific reason, it's going to add up. And if it's earning interest, it adds up even quicker. Okay, but anyway, time and consistency. Anyone who has ever built a business or a skill is going to tell you it took time and it took action over time. So just because I have this idea to make some content and hopefully make an impact online, something that can last a long time, maybe longer than I last, something that can encourage people and push them to follow their dreams and be their best self It's gonna take time to actually do that. It's going to take consistency, but I'm especially willing to do that if it is going to encourage you to take one step, or hopefully many steps, in the direction you know you have to go. Whether that's starting your dream business or investing. I mean, we all start somewhere with anything. So it could be just a talent, it could be dating, a health journey, cooking more natural food. There are a lot of ants around me right now. Traveling, dealing with trauma. I don't know. I'm willing to do that, to model the starting somewhere, or at least I'm doing that. I don't know if I'm willing to yet. Find out if I hit publish. I'm doing that. You know, do it scared is something I have heard a lot in my time with online work. That sometimes when you do the thing that you need to do, you're doing it scared, and a lot of people are, and that's okay. And side note, if you want to encourage me in that doing it scared thing, like, thumbs up this video below. I hear that's good for the YouTubes, but it's also good to tell me that this was worth it. All right, why do we have to do it scared? Whatever the thing is you may be doing. Well, a lot of times when people take the first step of a journey, they aren't necessarily seeing the full picture or the most confident version of themselves. They don't know if it's going to actually pay off in the end, or if it's even going to be more beneficial than harmful. It really could go either way, right? But if we want to advance and grow, and if you want to advance and grow, you have to start somewhere. You have to start where you are. Even if you're scared, even if you're not sure how it's going to turn out. And so you take a first step toward your dream, knowing that you and your mind can either be the biggest hurdle or your biggest champion. I want to end with a quote that I've been saying to myself for years now, since I first started my self-employment journey. My butt's getting wet. And now I smell like lake scum. Yep. I want to end with a quote that I've been saying to myself for years now. And I purposely came here to the water for this video, day one, video one, because right now I'm thinking about doing a series where I do wisdom and well-being talks from the water, by the water, mostly reflecting on quotes that I've come across in my reading. I also just believe we can find so much wisdom and well-being from being by the water. Visiting lakes, walking through streams, rivers, oceans, my favorite, rain, swimming. So it seemed like a good fit to be here. If you like wisdom, well-being, or water, which everybody does, right? I'd be honored if you'd subscribe to this channel for more of that. Okay, the quote, because my butt is still wet. I wrote this on my whiteboard when I left my job. I wrote it again and again as I left more roles of security in my life. The phrase is quite simply, give it your best shot. That is literally all you can do. Start, commit, be consistent. Do your absolute best, believe that you can. That's how you will give this, whatever this is for you, your best shot. And that's how I will give my best shot here on YouTube, which is apparently a thing I'm doing now. So here we go, video one, and maybe step one for you. Step one for me, for sure. Check out some other mindset videos right up here, or just enjoy the lake.